What helps when you come out and hit you?
Here after a 40-19 opening round game Region 6A tournament with Coach Micah Rochester. Coach, you kind of expected a little bit of that type of game plan from Richland, but all in all, kind of a quirky game. Kind of walk us through that first half and then into the second half as Richland kind of stalled us out for most of the first half.
Well, I told everybody all day today that I was nervous and scared to death about this game. That I knew that Richland, without a shadow of a doubt, would be happy if this game went 8-6. That would be perfectly good with them, and so that made me nervous. These guys have gotten so much better on the defensive end, and it showed tonight. And I wasn't for sure how good we would respond and how well we would be able to trap them. And we did a great job. And even early on, just getting on the floor, I think we finally got our first possession was tying the ball up. And then, of course, when you come down and Alec, being a senior, hits a three, and you were able to – I think we were 4 for 4 from the three-point line at one point. Of course, we were 5 for 5, but they called Will out of bounds on the one. I'm still not sure that he was, but it was quirky. We knew it was going to be that way. I know a lot of the coaches were like, well, they didn't think they would start it that bad, but I knew that his goal was to try to keep it in under the 20s.
Absolutely. Of course, they stalled it out. Mustangs, though, were able to come out, hit a lot of shots early, got up 8, improved it into halftime, got up by a dozen, and then from there kind of forced Richland to come out of that shell just a little bit. But even in the second half, they were still pretty patient as we continued to shoot the ball pretty well and force them into some turnovers and come away with a pretty convincing victory that even the score really doesn't make it as convincing as what it really was.
Well, it's one of those things like, they've done a real good job in their district tournament of keeping games close and having a chance to win it at the end. And you could tell that was really what he wanted to do. Even when we finally got up 12 or 14 and he started trying to play a little bit, they started fouling really early and was going to put us at the free throw line. And I was kind of excited when I saw that because as a team, we were talking about it before we walked out onto the floor, as a team we shoot 68% from the free throw line, and we got 4 guys that shoot 75% plus, and so felt pretty good about it once they started doing that. It was definitely a quirky game, but our guys responded and played well. And I really think them trying to slow it down helped us be able to shoot it a lot better. We talk all the time to our guys about shooting's a rhythm thing, and that's what we really try to focus on with our guys is we want you to shoot, but we want it to always be in rhythm. And it seemed like because we were playing so slow, everything we shot was in rhythm. And, it was an unbelievable game in the first half. I mean, Jacob Hallmark come in, hit 3 big threes. You could tell that they weren't going to guard Hollywood. They weren't really wanting to guard Luke, but they weren't even going to worry about Hollywood, which, he's come in and he's hit shots like that all year long. It definitely doesn't hurt us if they decide they don't want to guard somebody. That's what I told them at halftime. A lot of times I catch flack because of the way we play, but we like that we have 4 guys scoring in double digits, and we have Alec and Kirkland and Hollywood on any given night could put up 15 or 20 because who you going to leave open? So, it's just a really big win and for our sophomores and seniors, and just showed a lot of maturity tonight.
Win now pushes us to the second round where we head back to Perry County. We'll face the winner of Summertown, Mount Pleasant. Of course, we've seen Mount Pleasant 3 times. Mount Pleasant, I'm sure we've seen game film as they've played Summertown in the regular season as well. So kind of tell us a little bit about Mount Pleasant, since most of us probably haven't seen them play this year.
I haven't seen – I actually haven't seen – I talked to their coach before we played Richland, but I haven't seen game film. I know, like always, they've got some really good athletic kids. I think this year they're maybe not as they don't have as many players, as many weapons as they did last year. But they had a kid, Crawford kid, that put 51 up in a game and set the school scoring record. So they're very dangerous. Of course, Summertown is very dangerous. They're up and down, and so it wouldn't surprise me if Summertown won, but it wouldn't surprise me if Mount Pleasant won. The teams that are left are all pretty good teams, and we're just going to have to come out and play and execute like we did tonight, and hopefully take care of business and get back in that region championship game.
Absolutely. Mustangs win it tonight, 40-19, opening round game of the region. They will play again Tuesday night at Perry County, winner of Mount Pleasant, Summertown. Hope everybody could come out, support this team, support everybody here for the Mustangs. And if you can't make it out, have the coverage on MustangsTV.com. Tuesday nights, Mustangs second round Region 6A game action.